This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, everybody. I'm Ricardo Lightborn. Sheena Roll is on assignment tonight. Well, the nation's leader, Prime Minister Right Honorable Perry Christie on Grand Bahama at the hour, while he's meeting with leaders of the Christian community at the Pelican Bay Resort to discuss the gender equality bill that'll be on Parliament as far as the agenda for tomorrow. Today's meeting at Pelican Bay Resort will close to the media, and also the session, the Prime Minister shared some brief remarks.
An intention on the part of those of us who are supporting the bills to ensure that the courtesy that the church should receive from the government by way of consultation continues. And what we have done is we have brought representatives of the Constitutional Commission, whose entire purpose has been public education and not partiality, not taking sides. And the commission is represented here by Mrs. Justice Ruby Nottage and Miss Brandeis Duncanson. The bill was moved by Mrs. Glennis Hannah Martin. It has had the debate. We are at the stage now where, with a few amendments that Mrs. Nottage will speak to you on.
Tomorrow is expected to be a historic one as parliamentarians will vote on the constitutional bills and gender equality, which will also pave the way towards a referendum.
It will be a historic day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, where the bill was moved by Mrs. Glennis Hannah Martin. It has had the debate. We are at the stage now where, with a few amendments that Mrs. Nottage will speak to you on, the bill will be presented to Parliament, all parliamentarians, for the vote. And the vote must be 3/4 of those who are elected to Parliament, meaning 38 members in the House of Assembly, 16 in the Senate. And so there must be 3/4, not of those who are in attendance, but of the actual number.
Following a national agenda equality campaign which took members of the commission throughout the Bahamas, the focus now shifts to the legislative agenda as members of the House of Assembly hold a parliamentarian vote on the agenda equality bill tomorrow. Well, tonight, leader of the legal profession of Grand Bahama is weighing on the bill's proposed legislation. Let's go to Joan Davis-Roll for that.
We will do whatever it takes to facilitate this referendum.
Resident partner of McKinney, Bancroft and Hughes law firm, Aisha Stewart Smith, is the new president of the International Federation of Women Lawyers, Grand Bahama chapter, also known as FIDA. Stewart Smith's ascension to the helm of such an august body comes at a pivotal time in this country, as the gender equality constitutional bills will be tabled in Parliament on Wednesday, March 2nd. She says the group of female barristers stand in support of 4 amendments to the gender equality bill, which seeks to bring about equal rights for all Bahamians, particularly our sons and daughters.
Even though the Bahamas has come a long way, the issues of inequality between my female and my male pairs is still very real. And so what we want to do is be able to put a platform where they're both treated equally. And so we will do whatever it takes to facilitate this referendum, and we're hoping that it goes through successfully, and we will create awareness in the community and try and educate our Bahamian people as to what the effect of this referendum will have on the Bahamas.
The executive team consists of Vice President Pearline Ingram, Simone Brown, Secretary, Ashley Evans, Assistant Secretary, Karen Sanchez, Treasurer, and Zion Lewis, Assistant Treasurer. The newly installed president emphasized how these gender equality bills are in keeping with the ideals of that international body.
With my administration, young, new, dynamic attorneys, we really want to promote the welfare and protecting of children and women. And that's the objective of FIDA International, and we're going to do our best to see that any laws that are passed that affects children and women by creating awareness to the community, that's put forward. That's the forefront of everything, workshops and so forth. But women and children are the forefront of our objective for the next 2 years.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Now, as the government continues to chart the way ahead for the gaming industry, the minister responsible says the government is committed to keeping workers employed, as the future Grand Bahamas' only casino is yet to be determined. Let's go back to Joan for this one.
The Minister of Tourism, who is also the cabinet minister responsible for gaming in the country, the Honorable Obi Wolshcombe, expressing concern about the role of the sole gaming facility here on Grand Bahama.
I'm not very pleased about how we've moved slowly in Grand Bahama, and so far as the casino is concerned, that casino is not helping us at all. It's not doing good for us, but we've kept it there to keep payments working. But there's some other interests now at the table, and we hopefully move very soon to put in place a casino that's comparable to what we had before, the El Casino, which was a standalone casino, but attract thousands of people.
In the meantime, Minister Wolshcombe noted that the government is in talks with an entity with a proven track record in the gaming industry internationally and here in the Bahamas, specifically the northern island of Bimini. According to the EdgeMarkets.com, the Genting Group, operators of Resorts World Bimini, net profit rose 23.8% to 338.95 Malaysian ringgit in the fourth quarter ending December 31st, 2015. Genting's leisure and hospitality business in the U.S. and the Bahamas registered higher revenue, due mainly to higher volume of business from the operators of Resorts World Bimini in the Bahamas and Resorts World Casino, New York City.
We invited them to consider running the casino for us. They've done exceptionally well in Bimini, and I extended an invitation for them to give consideration on a management contract for the casino here in Freeport.
The parliamentarian also talked further about this vital sector.
Our surveys show that most people don't come to play in the casino, but they go through the casino and then they do play. So it's an amenity. It's to add to what we offer. But Grand Bahama needs a good brand. It needs a new approach. It needs a more exciting casino. It needs a show. In fact, right now I'm trying to put together a show for the island because we need to create more excitement.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Two Asian nationals, a man and a woman, were arrested at the Lucayan Harbor this weekend after it was determined that they attempted to travel to Florida using fraudulent U.S. visa. Well, reports say that the man entered the Bahamas from Haiti in May 2015 using a Bahamian visa and was admitted for a period of 1 week, but he applied for an extension. The female reportedly entered the Bahamas illegally by boat from Haiti in 2006 and remained in the country without legal status. The two apparently flew to Freeport from New Providence and were caught a taxi to the harbor where they were hoping to leave on a Balearia. However, the fraudulent visa was easily identified by the vessel's agents. The two, along with a third person, were taken into custody, and they are being transported to the detention center in New Providence to await repatriation. Stay with us. There's more news to come.